Nintendo Switch. Don't know exactly what's going on, but we're going to take a look here. First thing we'll start with is taking a look at the microscope. We'll take a look at the port. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I see green. So definitely some corrosion there that may be shorting things together. So this may be liquid damage job. I can get that better for you guys. I think what I'm going to do is get this port a good clean real quick. I may not want to try this at all with that port on there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to disassemble, get a better look at the board, see what we're dealing with. I'm probably going to pull this port regardless because I just don't even want to put power through that. There is corrosion between all those pins. So, okay, we're disassembling enough to test. So let's switch you to scope so you can follow along. Just want to make sure we're not shorting out all over the place. I do want to try to power this up on a known good battery, possibly, but that depends on our tests here. Okay, let's test our Pi 3 USB cap. I don't hear anything. Might be a little bit crusty here. Give those a clean. Now, let's try that again. Very good. Nothing wrong with that cap so far. Check off our signal lines. One will always be ground if there's two. Okay. M92 T36 seems okay. We'll mosey up here to the MOSFETs area. Everything seems okay there. Check our little filter. Alright, I'm going to check all of our test pads. That's where we test our fuse. Okay, fuse is okay. Okay, that one should be ground. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Let me get you on screen. And zoomed out. And focused in. There we go. So that one should be ground. None of these should be. Okay. Scoot over. Alright, we'll check around our BQ24193 while we're here. This one has two lines going to the chip, so one of them will always be ground. Same with this one, but I knew which side was not. This is ground. Okay, everything's checking out so far. Alright, so we may just have a bad port issue. I'm not getting any alarming shortages. Let's do a little bit of scanning around. Seems like the only place I have visible corrosion is in the port. Not seeing anything else. So I'm going to bring over, I guess we can go ahead and just use the squid powered up through there. Black in the black, red in the red. And let's find our battery connector. We'll activate using our OEM charger. Switch you over to here so you can watch along. Going to power. And grab the OEM to activate. They do not appear to be activating. So that could be pi. And we're not activating at all. See if I can just activate using the power button. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're not getting activation through the port, which is probably not surprising because the port's in pretty bad shape. Okay. Very good. So we're pulling normal, we're turning on normal, so I'm going to replace that port for sure. Oops, I'm not trying to turn down the volume. Trying to power down, man. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to disassemble. We'll prep for board removal and go from there. Okay, we have the board out of the housing. I just want to do some quick preliminary inspection and testing around pi, just to be sure we don't have anything blown here. Typically, if we did, it wouldn't function. But let's take a look anyway. We may have a blown filter. Oh. Yep, I think we have this filter here is blown. I'm just accidentally hitting my tips together here. Yeah, that filter there is blown. Luckily, I think it did its job and saved pi. Maybe. Oh, we may have another blown filter right here. Looks like it's in pretty sad shape. Yeah, it's not reading anything that I can tell. I'm going to switch over to ohms on that. Yeah, we're getting something through it. And we'll see on that. I need to check. Switch again. Check our cap. Very good. So it seems like pi is okay. Maybe this filter there. Oh, wait. That's not a filter, that's a cap. Never mind, that's a cap. We're good. We shouldn't be getting a reading through that. But definitely this filter is done. So we need to change the port and we need to change, oops, sorry, the filter's off the screen. We need to change the port and we need to change this filter here. So we'll begin with the port. And once we have the port off, we'll take the filter. Because I don't want to replace the filter before we put the port on, because that can cause us problems once we're over to leaded solder. The port could just accidentally fall off while we're trying to rework the filter. So it's happened before. while I am setting up my equipment, these are the temperatures I expect to use. Yeah, I might use the 20% on placing the filter. So we'll leave it. Switch it back over. Let's get this port out of here. Disaster ports. We'll do what we always do. We will flood it with low melt and go from there. Okay, let's check our filter, make sure placement went fine. All right, seems good. Check our other ones, make sure nobody's shorting out. We did rework in that area, so not a bad thing to double check. All right, everything seems all right. We'll put the port back on and go from there. Okay, I'll do a more thorough clip once I'm convinced we have solved our issue. Red on red, black on black. This time we're just using our normal power squid, or sorry, not power squid, but power cable. Turn on our power. See what happens. Not really what I'm expecting. Okay, let's try with the battery. Could be just being fussy with the PSU. They do tend to do that on occasion. Try again. Okay, sitting at 0.46. Okay, that's a little more of what I'm expecting. Seems we've activated something now. There we go. Now it's fast charging. Okay. We'll clean up more off screen. I'll use the air compressor to proceed with that, and then I'll put it back in the housing and we'll run tests from there. Okay, we're assembled enough to perform a test, and we'll perform it with the power supply. I'll switch you over to this one so you can watch along. Also keep an eye on the bottom left where the power supply is being posted. Alright, let's see what happens. Full battery symbol. Fast charging. And we're back up and running. Good deal. Let's try the other side. Fast charging again. Very good. Okay, well, I had put it on the charge for a while. Switch it back over to this one real quick. Yeah, I put it on charge and I got in the low battery symbol, and now it's doing nothing. Wait a minute, I got a backlight. What the heck? I definitely have a backlight on. I don't know what's going on though. Okay, I got to turn off. Try and power it back on. That was strange. It was just stuck in a black screen. It appears like it's going to hang there again. Shut it back down. I wonder if this is a battery issue. You wouldn't think so because it's sitting there on backlight. Well, that's not good. Let's try it with my battery again. Alright, I'm going to take the back off, the two backs off, and then try it with my battery again. So actually, I was going to go disassemble it, but I pulled out their SIM card, which they had with the unit, and the unit's back on. So I think they have a corrupt SIM card, unfortunately. For them, I'll have to let them know. Yep, that's my conclusion on that. I'm going to let this charge for a little while longer, and then we'll perform some tests and go from there. Okay, we're about at 7%, so I'm going to run a few tests with my Joy-Cons just to make sure it's charging. Appears to be doing so. Very well. Now, head over to the internet. Sure, we're picking up our networks. Looks good. I'm gonna go grab my game. Make sure we're reading fine. Picked it right up. That's good. That's about all I need to know. Delete that. Okay. And now I'll set up for a dock test and we'll go from there. Okay, as you can see in the top left window, we are capturing. So I'm just going to let it charge up and then take it back over to my client a little longer. Let it charge up a little longer, then I'll take it back to my client. And that'll be the end of this one. Okay, in summary, we had what looked to be a badly liquid damaged port. So we did not run a preliminary test. We did do a function test on it, and I accidentally plugged it into my OEM. I could have actually done some serious damage on that, so that was kind of a misstep. But anyway, we did a function test on it. It did function, but it was not recognizing the charger through the badly damaged port. So we replaced the port, and then we also found out that we had a bad filter above Pi 3 USB. So we had to change that, otherwise it wouldn't dock, and it might not even work. But the whole filter wasn't damaged; it was just one side of it, so it might have still pulled the charge. I'm not sure. I've never tried that with a half a working filter, so I know if it's completely blown, a lot of times you won't even get a charge. So anyway, that was pretty much it. We also found out when I went to charge it and it got up high enough where it would want it to boot, and it went to a black screen. We found out they had a corrupt SD card, so we'll have to let the customer know about that when we take it back, which will be shortly. And that's really it. If you have any questions about the equipment I used in this video, take a look in the description below. Do me a favor and like the video if you like the video, and if you want to see more videos like it, hit the subscribe button and maybe the notification bell, and you'll know when I post videos, which right now is about twice a week. That's really all I had to ask of you. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.